Welcome back, everyone. This is my Am Worlds in the bag. We're here at Harmony Bins, and I was wanting to do my complete in the bag because I'm pretty set on what I'm going to throw for this event, which is coming up next week. This is my bag. It's a Voyager Pro.
You stupid piece of shit.
It's James Conrad's signature series. I don't know who he is, but it's a really good bag. It's very sturdy. It's super, what would the word be? It's spacious, but it's also super practical. That's the word. It's just, you get what you need, and that's what you have, and it has all the bits and gadgets, has the pencil holders, 2 water bottle holders. It's a great bag. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started on the disc. We'll start with the drivers. I'm gonna do this in reverse order. Okay. This first disc in my bag. It's the most overstable, fastest disc in my bag. Would be the Juggernaut. This I recently got from the Disc Golf Dojo from their used bin. You don't know what a Juggernaut is? It's just like your, I don't know, your splice, but at a 13 speed. It's super fast and super overstable. 11 speed? This is 11 speed? Okay, well, it's really fast and super overstable, and it has glide as well. So it's really a utility disc that also, it is really just a utility disc. I don't know what to say. I'm going to be able to throw a lot of really cool scramble shots with it. I don't think I'm throwing it off of like any tee pads out here, but if we have any crazy wind, I might have to reconsider. Now it has really one purpose. Not a lot to say. Next, I got my commemorative series Halo Destroyer from US AMs. I have one of these in the bag right now. This one is the most overstable one I threw. It's not like super overstable. I don't throw it like on Anheuser and get these big flex lines, but if I throw it flat, I'm not looking at it turning over and just going right in a headwind. It's gonna hold flat and fade to the left at the end of the flight. So it's really nice. It's max weight. It's what I want for that slot. Next, I got another Destroyer. This is a factory second that my brother gave me. I think he got it from Devin Owens. This one's a bomber. The profile's like really flat, doesn't have a lot of dome, so it has really good turn to it, but it also has a lot of really good fade. So this is definitely like my max distance disc out here, and I'll be using it in a lot of the, shots where I'm trying to get easy distance, and I could kind of just, I'm not expecting it to turn right or fade really far left. It's gonna be a disc I pull out a lot out here. It's a really beat-in Champion Ape that I also got from the used bin at the Disc Golf Dojo. And like, this thing is understable for an ape. I know, if you know what an ape is, you wouldn't expect it. I really like it. I do enjoy the flight. It's very similar to this Destroyer, but it just haven't figured the disc out as good yet, but I do like it for one of the shots out here. So I'll probably throw it. Next up is my baby. It's my Creamer Warbird. I've had this in the bag for almost 3 years now. Next year will be 3 years, and this thing's so nice. There was a point last year that I think I'll put up some coverage of it, but this thing was flying really overstable for me, and I absolutely loved it. And then I just threw it more and more and more and more and more, and now it's turned into like my flippy distance driver disc. So like some of those shots I threw out at Toboggan, I remember, be like, oh, he has this all these flip up disc. I mean, that was a Warbird. It's a Warbird. Here, I'm gonna give this a name. Show the rim to the camera. Yeah, that's why it's super understable, because I throw it a lot. But I'll be pulling this thing out a lot, I'm pretty sure, just from it being a lot more flippy and glidey from being beat in, and I trust it a lot, and I really know how it flies. The last distance driver in my bag is a Cloudbreaker. This thing has quite a bit of turn. This is like for distance lines that I might have a big tailwind, or I need something to finish reliably. I'll be throwing this Cloudbreaker. It is one of the, not a signature series, it's just like one of the stock runs. So yeah. Next up are my Diamondbacks. I have this, what would you call it? Alpha plastic? It's like cosmic neutron, I'd say. I got this from the used bin in Replay down at Texas. The beginning of this year for the Polar Open, and I kind of really quickly like started falling in love with it because it's a disc that its flight is similar to like a Thunderbird, but it's in reverse. It's not really overstable, it's understable, and this one was used and beat in already, so this one was quite a bit understable. And I've been really loving this for wooded shots that like, it's got a straight line for about 350, and then it's just gonna keep braking right the whole way, and you could like, there's some of the shots at the Joseph C. Miller course that I definitely will throw this disc on, and I'm really happy to have it in the bag. My other Diamondback is my baby, the disc, the number one disc in my entirety time of playing disc golf that I didn't think I'd love as much as I have. It's the Glow Diamondback. It is about twice as overstable as this, but it's not like overstable. It has a lot of really reliable turn. It feels great in the hand, has a little bit more ridge to it just to give it that little bit more stability. And I dig this Frisbee, and I will throw it a ton out here in the woods. And I just got to make sure not to lose that one. Now on to my fairways. My first one is Tanner Gerard Tour Series Chupacabra. I got this when I collaborated with them to do the stamp. And I didn't know I'd like this disc as much as I have, but I love it. This one I put in the bag this year, and I'm just starting to get it beat in. And I had a blue... Pause. I had a blue one in the bag for a long time. If you know me, you probably knew that one. And I lost it at the beginning of this year at a temporary course in Huntsville that Kevin in the Disc Golf Dojo put up. And that was the worst part of that weekend because I really loved that disc. And when this thing was brand new, it was like almost too overstable. It was, I mean, beefy. Now I'm just starting to get it beat in to where I can actually, like, it has better grip. It's kind of bent in a little bit and flies straighter for just a little bit longer while still having a ton of overstability. Hydration. Next is my Firebird type disc in my bag right now, the Tasmanian Devil from Wild Disc. I'm pretty sure the plastic they get is from Mint as well, because it's also like Apex plastic. But I got this thing in Parks and Recreation in Little Rock as a replacement for my Phoenix that I had lost in practice, and I really like it. Basically a Firebird or a Phoenix. If you know how that flies, that's how this flies for me. 9404. Like, come on. Everyone has one of those. Next up, I got my Terra. This was dyed by our professional amateur in Arkansas, Parker Tudor. I really dig this one. I think the dye is great, and I think the disc is even better. I love the Terra. I love the flight numbers on it. And it flies, like it says, 8503. It's got glide, it's got speed, and it's got reliable fade, but it's not super overstable. And I really dig this Terra, and I'll be throwing it a lot out here in the woods for tunnel shots that I want to hit. It's going to glide for a while and have a consistent drop and finish every single time. It just comes down to player skill at that point. Next up are my Frios. This is my brother's old Founders Frio, the Emerson Key series, back when he was with Lone Star. He threw this for a while, and I've also now thrown it for a little bit. So it's pretty beat in. This thing has quite a bit of turn to it, and another really nice fairway disc for the woods for me to make a lot of creative shot shapes happen. And I'll be throwing it off a couple of tee shots out here at Harmony Bends. Next up, I have this newer Founders Frio. I got this last year, and I've thrown it and thrown it and thrown it to the point that it's like started to get turn to it, but it still has a lot of reliable finish. This one is like my baby when it comes to the Frios because it's just probably the straightest driver in my bag. It just, you put it on the line you want to throw it, and it holds that line with minimal fade and minimal turn the entire time. I love this disc. I threw it a lot at USAMs as well. Okay, that's all my fairways. So onto my mids, I should say approach disc. My first one's a deflector. It's a Justice, it's an A2, it's a whatever. You know, it's the disc that you throw. It's 3.504. It's stupid overstable. It's board flat. It's for scramble shots out of the woods. I'll throw a couple tee shots with it in this tournament, I think. But, you know, it is what it is. It's just the mold that I like for this slot in my bag. Next up, I got my Taco with the Disc Golf Dojo stamp on it. This one I got from Kevin last year, and another disc that I didn't think I would love as much as I have. That's the thing with Mint. I have never really tried a bunch of Mint disc, but the Taco and the Diamondback were both ones that I was like, I love this disc. I love the Taco. It is like a quick, glidey, overstable mid-range, but it's not super overstable. I love this thing for flex lines. I love this thing for shots you start right in the woods and have it glide and slowly drift left. It's just such a nice disc, and I think the only times I screw up with this disc are just commitment issues I've found. I don't know why. I've early released it a bunch. I've thrown it low a bunch, but I've also had a lot of amazing shots with it, and it's not coming out of the bag for as long as it's in my bag until I lose it. Now, on to my reactors. I have this slightly beat in reactor I put in the bag at the beginning of this year, and the entire time I've had this disc, it's been understable. So I don't really know what to say about that, but I do like that flight. It just kind of got me when I first got it because it was like brand new reactor and it was flipping for me, and I was like, that's not right. But now that I've gotten this new one, which is just a brand new one, I put it in the bag a couple weeks ago. This one is overstable. This one is not. And I like them both, and they both serve different slots, even though they're the same, like the exact same molded disc as a Glow, a Lane King reactor. I love them both. A little bit of redundancy here. I have a Neutron Hex in the bag, which I got from Persimmon Ridge. Has a really, really cool stamp on it. But this is like the straightest disc as a mid in my bag. I can throw it literally on any angle and it just flies straight, and I absolutely love it. The Hex has really great glide, and I'm gonna be throwing it a ton out here in the woods, out at Harmony Bends. Okay, the last two discs in my main compartment of my bag are my detours. First, we got this 167 Neutron detour. I got this from Kevin last year at Waxhaw's Warriors. I had like thrown a BB6 for a long time, and I had just lost my BB6. So I needed a new disc, and the detour was a disc I'd been looking at for a while. So I got this one and threw it during the tournament, and I absolutely fell in love with it because it has a lot of turn. This one has a lot of turn really quickly, being lightweight detour in the Neutron plastic, and it was like a perfect replacement for my old BB6 that I had, and I loved it so much. And I was so happy when they came out with the Glow ones, because the Glow ones, the Glow plastic, them being a little flatter and having a little bit higher of a ridge, give them a lot more stability, but they're like not overstable at all. But they're a disc that like I can throw close to 80-85% power, and it's just gonna gradually turn like the whole flight, and it's just such a nice flight as in comparison to this one. It's just aggressive turn the entire time. And like this has a lot of utility shots. I love throwing it in woods where it's like I see a shot that I have to hit a line like 250 feet in front of me and then start going right, and you start this thing off on hyzer at a really good height, and it hits that pot flat, and then that part of the fairway flat that you want to hit, and then it breaks right because it just turns the whole time. So they're a great pair. I love them both, and I throw them a ton, and I'm gonna throw them a ton out here in the woods, out here at Harmony Bends. But that's the main compartment of my bag. Next, I'll go on to more approach disc. Start with my Entropies. This is the most common mold I have in my bag. We'll start off with my straightest one, Electron Soft Entropy. I got this, gosh, I don't know, a while ago. I got it from Kevin. I bought a bunch from him, and I put it in my bag earlier this year for a tournament we had a lot of rain in, just so I'd have an overstable approach disc that had good grip to it in that soft electron plastic. And I just fell in love with it. It's great for my sidearm, approach game when I'm trying to make scramble shots happen. It's great for putter shots that don't have a lot of stability, but definitely do still have that stability of it being an Entropy. But I really, really enjoy this disc, and I throw it quite a bit, but it's definitely not the most common one I throw. The most common one I've thrown, if you know me, you probably know this disc. It's my Neutron Entropy. I've had this thing for close to 4 years at this point. I got it from Basket Case over in Oklahoma on my brother's birthday. And at that time it had a stamp. Now I've thrown it so much the stamp's worn off. This thing's super beat in, and it's pretty much my straight flying putter. It's like when you beat a disc that has a little stability in so much that it just flies straight, but it's never gonna turn. Like this thing will never turn for me, but it's always gonna have a tiny bit of fade at the end, but just like no glide, straight flight. It's a great approach disc. I throw it a ton out in the open, and I throw it a ton in the woods. I just throw it a ton. I'm super confident with this disc every time I have it, and I just absolutely love this disc, and I'd be devastated to not have it. All right, the last Entropy I have is a plasma one. I got this from Abraham Bahena up in Branchwood this year. This one I got brand new, and it was really overstable when I first got it, and now it's beat in quite a bit as I've thrown it, and now it still has quite a bit of overstability, like a lot more than either of these, but it definitely isn't dumpy overstable, like almost a deflector as it was when I first got it. So I've been throwing this a lot more recently because it just fits such an important shot in my bag, which is like I need to be confident with something that I'm throwing 250 feet. I'm probably gonna grab this because it flies the same way every time, and I trust it's gonna do one thing every time. So I absolutely love the Plasma Entropy. On to my other approach putters. I got two JKs that I'm throwing right now. I have just a stock run from, I think I got this at the gift exchange last year, so this thing's almost 2 years old. And I recently cleaned it off because I was throwing it and it was like having a lot of really nice turn to it as I've just, putted with it a ton, thrown it quite a bit. And now it's beaten in enough that it's warped, it's dinged up. It's just that perfect part when a JK's life where it just is such a reliable throwing putter. And I'm gonna be throwing it on a few shots out here at Harmony Bends, namely hole 3 and hole 4, just like putter shots that I kind of want to go up and turn and drop. That's what I'm throwing this JK for. My second championship commemorative disc from USAMs is another JK. When I was throwing the ones I had got, this one is the most overstable, and I do like it. And it definitely serves some utility as a disc that like has really good grip and almost flies like this black entropy. It kind of flies in between these two entropies here because it has almost more stability than this black entropy, but it definitely is not as overstable as that. But I really enjoy this. I've thrown it really well the few times I've thrown it. It's just a shot that like I would rather throw one of these than throw this most of the time. But I still do pull this out of the bag quite a bit, and it flies super nice for me, and I love it. And if you want to support me, support local disc golf, you can get these from the Disc Golf Dojo at any of their Flexing Down 49 tour events, or at their store they have in Van Buren right now. I'll put the address here, and then I'll put a list of tour events you can meet them at here, and these will be there. And if you want to support me, you can buy one off of them. The last two discs in my bag are my Tour Series JKs that I got early this year from the dojo, and I love these. These are the Glow AVRs. These are the same plastic, these ones, the commemorative ones, and the Tour Series, but these Tour Series just have a little bit more puddle top, which is something that I like, but these are like pretty board flat on the top. These have their ridge and then they're puddled. This one is so perfect. This has been my putting putter since March. I put it in the bag right before Hog Wild Huck, and my putting percentages have been better than ever with it. It has perfect grip in my hand. When I hold it for a putt, I mean, it's just like, this is exactly what I want. This one is like exclusively a putting putter, and I've just absolutely loved it. This was the twin to it. This one, as you can see, is a lot more new, has the stamp still, and this is like just the practice putter I use, but when in tournament play, I'm like only putting with this disc. And then this one I also like practice putt with. These are really special to me, and I have a few for myself for forever to keep in good condition, but these are my putting putters right now. I absolutely love them, but that's my bag. That's all the disc in it. I have minimal accessories on my bag. I have cool pins on it. I got my dojo pins here. You see. As for stuff I keep in my bag, it's just like my phone and my wallet. You know, my water bottle. Stuff you need as a disc golfer. But yeah, that's it. And I want to thank you all so much for watching. I love you all very much. And I will see you out on the course. Don't do drugs. If you want to support me, you can buy one off of them. It'll be greatly appreciated. And they fly great. And I'll beat you repeatedly with them until you learn that, hey, I should get one if I want to get better.